Welcome back and thanks for staying with us. Earlier on, we discussed about the STOPEACOP, which is indeed a movement and campaign that's taking place in Uganda, and the arrest that is also taking place in that country. Well, joining me now is Kakuuma Eva, human rights lawyer and communications officer at Youth for Green Communities. She's joining me all the way from Kampala in Uganda. Thank you so much for being here, Eva. Can you provide more information about Eron Kiza? That's the person we're focusing on, Eron Kiza's arrest, including the circumstances surrounding it and the charges brought against him.
Right. Thank you so much for having me. Eron Kiza is a Ugandan advocate, but he is prominently known for his passionate work in defending human rights activists and also defending human rights generally. So Eron Kiza has been working on very many cases that were to do with human rights activists under the STOPEACOP campaign that had been arrested. In fact, one of his cases is coming up on Monday. Unfortunately, he won't be able to represent the arrested activists because he will be in prison. On the 7th of January this month, Eron Kiza had gone to represent one of his clients who is the prominent political leader, or let's call him the former leader of opposition in Uganda, Dr. Besigye. When he entered court, he was stopped by the army officers from joining the defense lawyers of the team. And because of that, he was manhandled as he was trying to join the team. He was manhandled and taken behind the dock to join his clients. It was so unfortunate that a few moments later, he was whisked away to an unknown, later brought back, tried, convicted, and sentenced on the same day. He was sentenced to 9 months imprisonment in the government prison. So that is the situation at hand. We have had news from the teams that have been visiting him in prison, and he is not in good condition. He has been tortured. He's not doing well physically, but that is what has happened to Advocate Eron Kiza, a prominent and celebrated human rights lawyer in Uganda.
All right. It seems there is a way of actually suppressing human rights activists, especially in Uganda, because all through the years we've heard of cases where there's suppression. When a human rights activist wants to speak, it's like the government goes after them. Can you share with us, if you have any details on any of the allegations that have been put on Eron Kiza? What allegations are they saying that he has indeed committed? And can you also let us know if there is any protest of some sort that's calling for his release anytime soon?
So he was charged and convicted of the offense of contempt of court under the UPDF Act. That is under where the General Court Martial acts. So that is the offense that he was charged and sentenced with. About having any hope that he will come out soon, the legal remedies that are available are, one, to appeal, because if someone has already been sentenced by court, you can only appeal against the sentence and other factors. However, we don't really have a lot of hope in the appellate decision, because the appeal is supposed to be done to the appellate court of the General Court Martial. Maybe just to give you a background is that the law does not allow for civilians to be tried in the General Court Martial. And it is for one of those reasons that Advocate Kiza Eron was so passionate about representing his client, Dr. Kiza Besigye, because he as a civilian was not supposed to be tried in the General Court Martial. Unfortunately for the advocate, he had to join his client behind the dock, and he was charged and convicted and sentenced even before his client's case was complete. So that's one of the legal remedies that we have, the appellate, which is to appeal. But also we would like to we are not sure that the appellate decision can be in favor of the advocate. The other one is to have the peaceful protests against this sentencing and ruling of the General Court Martial. However, even yesterday we had instances of peaceful protesters who are also arrested and are now being held and remanded. So we are in a situation more like a hopeless situation, but we are still pushing on because we know that the power belongs to us and that if we keep doing this, we will surely break through.
Human rights lawyer Kakuuma Eva, thank you so much for speaking with us here on News Now. And we look forward to hear more updates, especially on what has happened to Mr. Kiza. Thank you for your time.